Hello everybody, welcome for joining us today. I'm Diaz Ayub from the Tea Group, and today we have a special guest with us. We are going to be speaking to Max Frick from Kirchner Fischer. Max, are you there?
Yes, hello Diaz. Thank you for the introduction. I'm fine, how are you?
Really well, thank you, Max.
That's
really
nice.
well. So Max, you're a tea taster at Europe's, I guess, oldest tea distributor. Tell us what that job is like. What do you do?
Yes, correct. So I'm Max, I'm working here at Kirchner Fischer. So it was founded 1793. So we are actually officially the oldest European tea trader on the mainland. And so I'm partly general manager, but with my heart, I'm one of the tea tasters here. And so my daily business is actually to taste tea, to judge the tea, and to trade it, of course. Taking care of our sources and taking care of everything which comes around it.
Fantastic, fantastic. So with great power, they say comes great responsibility, Max. You guys are, at Kirchner Fischer, have been kind of trading tea for, hundreds of years. And, we wanted to talk to you about a very important topic, the topic of sustainability in tea. It's a huge topic across every industry. And, being tea people, we wanted to shed a little bit of light on the importance of considering sustainability as part of your tea program. So I have a few questions for you, Max, which I'd like to pose to you. The first one being, how are Kirchner Fischer combating plastics in tea?
So it's actually true, and we have one big advantage is that we are completely family owned. So we have a bit more space to taking care about our sustainability projects. And I always like to mention that tea and herbs are the most natural product you can find in the market, I would say. But there's only one cross-contamination with plastic, and it's the packaging of tea, which is very important for the quality and the shelf life, and of course to keep the quality and the tea fresh, especially when we are talking about high quality products like we are trading. And so we are focusing on packaging materials from regrowing sources, such as, for example, PLA, which is made from starch, or like nature flax, which is a natural alternative to the typical plastic we are knowing. And I think we are very innovative in the view of pyramid bags and for wholesale packaging like big bags up to 500 kg.
Great. So there are some wonderful solutions being developed and some real innovation in this space.
Actually, yes. So on the other hand, we are looking at recyclable paper or at we have grass paper cartons, for example, which are sourced from local or domestic grass plantations, to say so, to produce the paper. And there's a lot of going on, and it's of course the largest growing part here at the moment to taking care not only of the premium tea, which we are good at, but as well for the packaging.
No, great. And that takes us onto our next question. So obviously, climate change is upon us, and it's affecting tea production and production of other plants, vegetables across the planet. How can sourcing sustainably support in reducing the impact of tea on our wonderful planet, Max?
That's a good question, actually. Yeah. So in case we are looking at the cycle of nature, when we are talking about our responsibility in this matter, and when we are looking at the original idea of organic products, we see that their idea is that we don't have an impact on the natural cycle. And what we are doing is focusing on organic plantations, working closer with them and cooperating from herbs to tea all over the world. And I would like to talk about a certain example, which is Assam in India, which is still one of the largest tea producing countries. And they're facing really big troubles with the Brahmaputra, where just the last year, the Brahmaputra rise by 10 centimeters. And this is always a sign for us, because experts are telling us that if we don't stop it and reduce it, we probably won't have Assam in 2050 anymore. And this is why we take it out as our responsibility to order from responsible sources who are taking care of it, who are not using pesticides in the gardens, who are working to our regulations as a partnership, and we do our everything to support our suppliers as well in this matter.
That's really, really wonderful, and takes us really nicely onto our next question. why is it important, in your opinion, Max, for hospitality and retail buyers to consider social welfare while selecting a tea partner?
So, as you know, we are only a wholesaler, so we don't have direct contacts to the end consumer. But more and more end consumer are contacting us and our salespeople in our daily life with really nice questions about tea. Where is it coming from? Why is this tea better than the other one? Why is some tea expensive and the other one is cheap? And I think all those questions can be answered really briefly and quickly. And it's really important for all of our partners and people who are starting in tea or taking more care of the product to say, I have the best tea in view of taste, in view of responsibility, in view of pesticides, of course. And so I think a good tea menu and overall, and taking care of all the different ingredients and what is inside my tea. Tea is not just tea. We can talk about different herbs. We can talk about a black tea, a green tea. Why is a black tea from Assam tasting so differently to the one from Ceylon I used to know, from my samovar? And all those questions can be answered with a really nice overview of different ingredients and teas in an assortment. And I think especially for the hospitality part, who have a daily relationship to the end consumer, it's important to give them the answers and taking the end consumer on the same way.
And it's important to have a conscience and be responsible as well.
100%. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Great. And actually, that takes me really nicely onto the final question, Max. So you talked about, some of the other teas very, very loosely in your last answer. Mother Nature provides an abundance of natural herbs, fruits, and botanicals. So how can diversifying a tea menu to incorporate more infusions, for example, help preserve limitations on natural resources?
So to answer the first part, when I view on the tea menu, I think there are different usages for different blends. We have ingredients with natural caffeine, for example, like mate, or like the typical green tea from Japan, or matcha, which is currently called the espresso under the teas because of the high amount of caffeine. And then we have herbs, where maybe in the afternoon after a nice drink could help me to settle down my body, to relax, and to have just a nice time in front of my TV, or and I think the different usages of different ingredients combined in one blend is the reason why a diversified tea menu is very important for everyone. And in the end, if we source those blends as organic, or maybe from transparent sources directly from the garden, we have the chance to reduce the amount of quantity of product which are not source responsibility. And if we cover this demand and taking more care and working closer with all the productions from all over the world, I think we can help everything and everyone to take naturally part at a fair way in this chain.
Absolutely. No, great answer, Max. And I completely agree with you. Consumers have different personas and different moods throughout different times of the day. You might want something in the morning that's energizing and uplifting. In the afternoon, you might be feeling a little bit adventurous and wanting to try something different and new. And like you're saying, in the evening, you might want something relaxing and calming. And to provide variety and choice is a powerful thing. And obviously, there's an abundance of fruits, florals, even grains, right, Max, that you incorporate into tea. So why not?
Yes, correct. So it's starting from guarana seeds, ending with the typical peppermint or chamomile. And in the end, with a mixture of different ingredients, you have a totally new product. That's correct.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Max, thank you so much for taking your time to talk to us about sustainability. A quick question. What is the tea that is exciting you the most right now, Max?
So right now, when I'm looking at the calendar, it's the end of March, and I think most of the tea lovers know it's time for Darjeeling First Flush. And so my spring mood tea is First Flush from Darjeeling.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Well, I can't wait to get the season's finest as well, hopefully.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Max. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.